Really looking forward to this session with Charles and Michael. You guys are in for a surprise.
So is he.
Come on over, follow your lead.
Okay, awesome. We are gathered here today because we really want to make this official. And we have been talking about the idea of adopting Michael as an official member of our Ohana, simply because there's a lot of beautiful truths that he has brought to the islands and brought to the Hawaiian kingdom. And we trust his truth and know that he comes from a place and a space of aloha, which is very important to us, because without that aloha, none of this technology, none of this teaching would really have any kind of value or merit if it wasn't coming from a place of aloha. So that said, in keeping with the customary practices and traditions of our forefathers, who since the 1500s, we have an account of Maka'ala'oia'i'oikepono having adopted a kupuna who is only identified as Kukanaloa. However, further research shows that Kukanaloa was actually a Spanish captain. He and his men left Zihuatanejo, Hill, Mexico on October 31st, 1527. Back during the era when Spain was taking a lot of goods, silver and supplies over to the Philippines, called the Philippines because Spain at the time was under the reign or monarchical government of King Philip of Spain. Anyway, Kukanaloa, Spanish captain, ends up getting adopted by our kupuna here in Hawaii in the 1500s. And then later, another account is written about a group of Spaniards who shipwrecked on the island of Maui and were adopted by King Maka'ala'oia'i'oikepono at the time. So what a lot of Hawaiians don't really understand or appreciate today is how Spanish blood is actually infused in their DNA, because these different migration periods demonstrate that the people of these islands found some value in adopting those who were foreign to our shores. But they brought something of value. They wouldn't just haphazardly adopt them. That said, fast forward to King Kamehameha. And for those of you who don't know, King Kamehameha was very close to Isaac Davis and John Young. And these two men who came from English and Welsh backgrounds were adopted by Kamehameha. How was it done? Well, there's an account that talks about how his council of chiefs were not pleased that Kamehameha was spending so much time with these two foreign white men. And Kamehameha, basically explained to them that, well, I trust them. Their advice has been sound and good and instrumental for Kamehameha. And the response was from the council was, well, unless they're either born in the islands or family, they couldn't participate, and they were definitely not going to get the support of the council. So what does Kamehameha do? He marries these two men off, Isaac Davis and John Young, to members of his family. So now they're family, they're part of the council, and the rest is history. They're not the only ones. So we like to follow the example of our ancestors that came before us. And today we're going to adopt Michael, and we're going to give him a new name. We're going to give him a Hawaiian name to go in line with his name as Michael proper. And from this day forward, he will be known as Michael Maka'ala'oia'i'oikepono proper. So what that translates to, that Maka'ala'oia'i'oikepono is to see the truth that creates the right path for being, or basically, it's just for seeing the truth in the right place at the right time for all the right reasons and helping us apply it in the right way. If we do that with his advice and his counsel, I think there's a really good chance for those of us who embrace these principles to move forward and making sure that our people are empowered to move forward for that which is true and that which is right. So, Michael, welcome. From this day forward, if you hear us, hey, Maka'ala, we're telling everybody his name is Maka'ala. We're also telling everybody, like, you need to be aware, and to be aware means to pay attention, because if you don't, then there will be some very hard, devastating lessons to learn, as in the case of this recent wildfire. We had 10 years of wildfires that have encroached on Lahaina, have come close to Lahaina. The mountains have been on fire. 10 years. And we weren't paying attention. We weren't Ka'ala. And so the results was just as predicted, that if we were not going to pay attention, if we were not going to take action, then the entire town was going to disappear. So that said, let us Maka'ala'oia'i'oikepono. Let us be aware of the truth that leads to righteousness, and we'll all get there and be blessed for it. Welcome, my brother.
Thank you, Kamano. Grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah. Hey, if Kelly Kaloa can do it, Kaka'alania and Kamehameha can do it, we can do it too. So now that means what we're going to have to do is create a digital certificate, a digital adoption certificate too, a Hanai certificate. Yeah. A Palapala Hanai, if you will. Palapala Hanau is the birth certificate. The Palapala Hanai is the adoption certificate. And it's as if, the way the law is written is as if you were Hanau, or born from our bloodline. Isn't that cool?
Very much so. Grateful. I just, on multiple levels, it's been a struggle to be here for almost a year now, almost to the day, and find that place of stability.
Yeah.
And
so your nickname is going to be, right? Your nickname is going to be Maka.
How do you spell that?
Maka.
Good. Maka. Thank you.
And if you do something wrong, you're going to write in the chalkboard 100 times. I, Michael, Maka'ala'oia'i'oikepono. Proper. Ubipono.
Yeah.
You're gonna have
100 times.
You're gonna have to spell that whole thing out for me, but I'll help to build that adoption system so that you can actually start that process formally within that system. Okay?
Absolutely, bro.
I love you guys.
Welcome aboard.
Grateful to build with you, and this is a huge surprise, especially on a special day. It's been quite the year, but today, January 30th, will be a day that I will always remember.
Absolutely. This is the day that Michael Maka'ala'oia'i'oikepono was Hanau in the year of the dragon.
By the Kyoho family and the Kahayali'i family. Both.
Yeah.
Thank you, Charles.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kamano. Well, we'll let
With
you
all
get
love and aloha.
Yeah. Can't even express the meaning and the love that is felt here, and the unity, not just for these islands, but for all of humanity, that can actually be realized from the spirit that comes from these islands, from these bloodlines. And it's not just, how we all together link through birth and through life, but how we can link together in time and in spirit to share dispensations, to make impacts for future generations by our choices. And I'm grateful to be able to choose to be here until this point. Many folks don't know this, but last night I literally went to the airport after packing, and on the sidewalk with all my bags, walking in, stopped, and through a chain of events, basically just had faith to stay and continue to push forward, even though one of the big drivers yesterday was my youngest. He just asked me how I was doing. He didn't say, I need to spend time with you. He reached out. And for me, that, the connection between a father and a child, just like this, is very sacred and very important. And we need to be able to heed the call. And I'm grateful that not just me, but also my forefathers came to serve the people of these isles. And not just that, but sacred people. People, some understand who they are and the importance of what they do and represent. So thank you, Charles, and thank you, Kepono. I'm grateful for this opportunity. And I look forward to spelling that name out and writing it out many a times. You just got to tell me how to do it. So
Yeah, easy. And then you know what that also means, Charles, that you and I are going to have to, we're going to have to sign, even if we have to do it digitally. We're going to have to sign that document to validate it and strengthen it so that no matter where he goes, everybody can recognize Hōʻailona, that this was done, this was done the proper way, the Pono way.
yeah.
How cool is that?
Wow.
How cool is that?
Well, I'll build the adoption system tonight.
Cool.
Charles.
Aloha, guys.
Okay.
I need to go.
Bye, Kepono.
Okay. Kepono. Michael, hang on for a second. Aloha. Thank you,
Aloha.
brother.
This is streaming live. I don't know where it's streamed to, but we'll go find it. So
Okay. So well, look forward to the I guess that means that Kepono and I got to become digital, the first digital Hawaiians then.
exactly.
And you be
Well, you
the
actually-
third one.
You actually already are. You've been running your Clearphone and the life system for, I don't know, it's 6 months.
Oh, okay.
So that's how how you'll actually do it. I'll show you. So I love you.
All right.
Love you, Charles.
Love you. God
Talk
bless.
to you soon. Bye.
Aloha.
Wow.